Hey, how's it going? Happy Monday. I'm with Gangster Brown behind me. Today, Anthony Davis, probably his agent Rich Paul, dropped a storm by announcing that he has requested a trade to be traded away from the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, knowing Anthony Davis is a very professional, very quiet person, very low maintenance, doesn't seem like a guy that will like request a trade or in a spotlight. But as we know, Rich Paul, an agent of LeBron James, always want to get the spotlight and be out in the open. So now Anthony Davis wanted to be traded. Totally not surprising because this guy has been loyal, has been professional, has been waiting for his turn and play his hearts out for the New Orleans. But unfortunately, after these 6, 7 years, it's just never get anywhere. Maybe just bad draft or bad signing. It feels like New Orleans Pelicans always surround Anthony Davis with mediocre players. There's not really a lot of players that can really make a difference. I mean, Ryan Anderson, Mitrovic, Drew Holiday, maybe 1 year Rondo. It's not really doing much for New Orleans Pelicans. In fact, it's just weird how Pelicans doesn't seem to be able to draft players that can come in and develop and help with Anthony Davis. Like, it's not like there's 2 or 3 up and rising prospect that they're 1 or 2 years away and be able to contend with Anthony Davis. Just really tough. And now, if on a hindsight 2020, just imagine when DeMarcus Cousins didn't have that gruesome injury from last year and just have Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins. Wonder how it flares up when they have both of these twin towers on the team. Now that Cousins injured, they didn't sign him back, and then he now with the Warriors, and then Anthony Davis just now asked to be traded. This is exactly like a situation a few years ago when Chris Paul again got drafted by New Orleans. He works hard, but he just never get anywhere. Eventually, he got traded to the Clippers. I know a lot of NBA analysts are saying that, in order to get Anthony Davis most likely to the Lakers, which, lots of rumors, having dinner with AD with LeBron, and LeBron got in trouble by saying something about media and got a fine. So it sounds like that Lakers will be a logical choice for Anthony Davis. Because of that stupid Derrick Rose rule, Boston Celtics cannot even propose a trade until after July 1st because you cannot have both Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis with that Derrick Rose rule. So because Kyrie Irving is with the Celtics cannot really make a trade, although Boston have a lot of assets to make a trade for, such as Jaylen Brown, Tatum, and all kinds of stuff. Now, trading to LA Lakers makes sense for all Pelicans and Lakers because Lakers wants to contend and they have the young pieces. Now, NBA analysts and media are around the world saying in order to get Anthony Davis, Lakers need to give up Kuzma, Zubec, Lonzo Ball, Ingram. Now, personally, I like Kuzma. He's one of the most consistent young player in the Lakers. So if I'm a Laker, I would try not to include Kuzma in the trade. But I mean, you're trading for Anthony Davis, one of the top 5 NBA player right now, so you might have to give up something to get something. Now, a lot of NBA analysts never mention this, but and here I am proposing this. What about a free team deal? What about having Memphis Grizzlies involved in some way? Remember, Grizzlies have already informed their 2 core pieces, Mike Conley Jr. point guard, Marc Gasol, power forward center, will be traded if they can explore. And also remember, Chandler Parsons are being played in G League or sit out on the bench because the Grizzlies want to rebuild, want to play the younger players, and does not want to have Chandler Parsons as part of the future. So I'm thinking, and here's what I'm proposing. I mean, it's up for grabs and people can really build around it. What about maybe perhaps New Orleans Pelicans doesn't want to start rebuild entirely? Maybe perhaps they just get another center to play and try to fight for the playoffs or someone to build around. What about Lakers trading to get Anthony Davis from Pelicans, and then they get Mike Conley Jr. Um, and Chandler Parsons to the Lakers, and then Pelicans will get Marc Gasol, Lonzo Ball, Ingram, and then Grizzlies maybe get a Kuzma and Zubac, and some draft picks from both Lakers and Pelicans. The reason why I feel like this might make sense, maybe it depends on what kind of stage the Pelicans want to be. If they don't want to rebuild and they still feel they can compete for the last playoff spot, maybe a change of scenery of Marc Gasol will be a very effective center for the Pelicans, and they can still compete. You have Lonzo Ball, you have Ingram, you have Marc Gasol, you might compete. And then Lakers is able to absorb Anthony Davis, absorb Mike Conley Jr. as a point guard, replacing Lonzo Ball. And then you can have Chandler Parsons because, he has nothing to lose anyway. Grizzlies not going to play him. And then you will have Chandler Parsons to play the power forward with Michael Beasley because you trade away Kuzma. Grizzly will get Zubac, which is a young center, and this year is a hidden gem. This guy can play 20 points, 14 rebounds when he's starting. And then you get Kuzma in the Grizzly, and you get maybe like first round or second round picks from both Pelicans and Lakers. And I think all three teams will be happy about it. What do you think? Where do you think Anthony Davis is going to be playing? And also, do you think that they're going to make the trade before the trading deadline, or they're going to do it in the summer when they have more options, including Boston Celtics? Or do you think that it will just be straight up Lakers and Pelicans and no New Orleans and no Memphis Grizzlies? Tell me your thoughts.